Have you ever thought you knew everything about someone, only to find out there was a massive secret lurking in the shadows? Buck and Maddie from 911 share one of the most powerful sibling bonds on TV, but what if I told you there was a third Buckley sibling that changed everything? Today, we're diving deep into the heart-wrenching mystery of Daniel Buckley, a secret brother who reshaped their entire family. Stay tuned, because this story is about to get intense. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love emotional storytelling and unforgettable character arcs, then you're in the right place. Today, we're unraveling the tragic secret behind Buck and Maddie's family and the hit show 911. This isn't just a story about loss, it's about love, identity, and the emotional scars that shape us. So, grab some tissues, because we're going all in. From the moment Jennifer Love Hewitt joined the 911 cast as Maddie in Season 2, her connection with Buck, portrayed by Oliver Stark, became one of the show's most compelling emotional cores. Their bond, formed through years of shared experiences and profound heartache, is unshakable. They are more than siblings, they are each other's confidants, best friends, and emotional anchors. Through personal struggles, life-threatening disasters, and moments of vulnerability, Maddie and Buck have stood by each other, offering unwavering support and understanding. Their relationship showcases the resilience of familial love and the strength found in standing together against life's greatest challenges. But every bond carries its shadows, and for Buck and Maddie, those shadows were darker than anyone could have imagined. Beneath their strong sibling connection lay secrets so profound, so deeply buried, that when they surfaced, they didn't just shake their world, they shattered it. These were secrets that questioned their identity, their family history, and their understanding of love and loss. Secrets that forced them to confront emotions they had long avoided. And when the truth finally came to light, it left an impact that neither of them could ever forget. It wasn't until Season 4, Episode 4 titled 911, What's Your Grievance?, that we discovered the hidden chapter in the Buckley family history. What started as an ordinary family dinner with their parents, Margaret and Philip, quickly spiraled out of control. Buck's frustration boiled over, exposing long-standing wounds about his strained relationship with his parents. And just when it seemed like emotions couldn't get more intense, Buck stumbled upon an old family photo. But the photo wasn't of Buck. No. Maddie dropped a heartbreaking bombshell that would forever change Buck's understanding of his past. The boy in the picture wasn't him, it was Daniel, their older brother. A brother Buck had never known, never even heard of. A brother who lived and died before Buck could ever meet him. It was a revelation that shattered Buck's reality, forcing him to confront the painful truth that his entire life had been shaped by the shadow of a sibling he never knew existed. The realization struck with the weight of lost years, hidden grief, and unspoken memories. Daniel was born a year after Maddie. But joy turned to sorrow when he was diagnosed with childhood leukemia. Desperate to save him, Margaret and Philip decided to have another child, Buck, hoping his cells could be the cure. But fate can be cruel. Buck's donor cells failed to graft, and Daniel passed away in 1993. Maddie was just 9 years old. Buck, barely 2. Can you imagine? Being born with a purpose to save someone else's life only to discover, years later, that you were too late? That the person you were meant to save was already gone before you even had the chance to know them? That your existence was shaped by a mission you never got to fulfill? Buck's discovery wasn't just shocking, it was life-shattering. It wasn't just about finding out he had an older brother, but realizing that his very existence was defined by a desperate hope that ended in heartbreak. It forced Buck to question everything: his purpose, his place in the family, and even his own worth. The weight of that realization was devastating, a storm of emotions that changed him forever. Why was Daniel's existence kept a secret? Now, you might be wondering, why keep such a massive secret? Why hide Daniel from Buck? The reasons are as heartbreaking as they are complex. Margaret and Philip were consumed by grief. They chose to bury the pain, to pretend that Daniel never existed, hoping it would protect them from their unbearable loss. But in doing so, they emotionally neglected Buck. He grew up feeling unloved, confused, and distant from his parents. And Maddie? Her reasons were layered with love, fear, and deep-seated pain. She wanted to protect Buck from a reality she believed would break him. She thought that shielding him from the painful truth was the best way to keep his heart safe, to allow him to grow up without the shadow of guilt and sorrow. But it wasn't just about Buck. Deep down, it was also about protecting herself. Suppressing memories too painful to confront, memories that clawed at her whenever she faced life and death situations as a first responder. Every call, every rescue, every close brush with mortality brought echoes of Daniel's loss back to her. Hiding the truth became her armor, a way to survive the unbearable grief that still haunted her in the quietest moments. Learning the truth about Daniel broke Buck. It forced him to question his identity, his place in his family, and even his worth. Was he loved for who he was, or just for what he was meant to be? It's a question that haunted him, pushing him into one of the most emotional arcs in the series. But through the pain, there was healing, a slow, painful, but ultimately transformative journey. Buck's bond with Maddie didn't just survive the revelation, it grew stronger. They leaned on each other, shared their grief, and found solace in knowing they weren't alone in their pain. The truth created a deeper understanding between them, forging a connection that was unbreakable. And Buck found comfort in his chosen family, too. His captain Bobby Nash stepped into a role Buck desperately needed, a true father figure who offered guidance, support, and unconditional love. His friends became his pillars, standing by his side through every storm. Together, they helped Buck rebuild, reminding him that family isn't just about blood, it's about the people who choose to stand with you, no matter what. Can Daniel return to 911? But here's the twist. Even though Daniel died decades ago, his presence isn't completely gone from 911. Remember Buck's coma dream in Season 6, Episode 11, In Another Life? That's when Buck encountered an imaginary version of Daniel. It was one of the most emotional, powerful moments of the series. A moment where Buck confronted his deepest fears and regrets. Could Daniel appear again? Absolutely. 911 has masterfully used dream sequences and hallucinations to dive deep into its characters' emotional complexities, bringing their hidden fears and unspoken emotions to light. We've already seen how profound and cathartic it was when Buck encountered an imaginary version of Daniel during his coma dream, a moment that resonated deeply with viewers and added layers to Buck's internal struggles. It's entirely possible that the show could explore Maddie's memories of Daniel as well, perhaps through flashbacks that reveal her childhood bond with him, or even her own visions as she processes her grief. Imagine the emotional depth and character growth this could bring, showing us a side of Maddie we've never seen. These moments wouldn't just add drama, they would deepen our understanding of who Buck and Maddie are today, shaped by love, loss, and the lingering echoes of a brother they both lost in different ways. Daniel's story is more than just a tragic backstory, it's the unseen thread that weaves through every chapter of Buck and Maddie's lives. His loss molded their resilience, their fears, and their unwavering bond. It explains why Buck is driven to save others, perhaps as a way to redeem the life he couldn't save. It reveals why Maddie clings fiercely to the ones she loves, guarding them from pain at any cost. Even in death, Daniel's presence lingers, a silent companion in their moments of strength and vulnerability. His story is a poignant reminder of the hidden battles we each carry, the scars we conceal, the memories we shield from the world, and the quiet courage it takes to keep moving forward. And it's these stories, silent yet powerful, that shape our identity and bind us together in shared understanding and empathy. So, what do you think? Should 911 dive deeper into Daniel's story? Should we see more flashbacks, more dream sequences, more moments where Buck and Maddie confront their past? Let me know in the comments. And if you've been moved by this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps more fans discover the emotional depths of 911. Remember, it's the stories that make us, shape us, and define us. And in the case of Buck and Maddie, it's a story of love, loss, and ultimately, strength. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.